Passwords. Oh, they make us crazy, don't they? So today I want to help you with how to keep yourself more secure in a world where we have to live with passwords. Stay tuned. I have so many times pulled my hair out thinking about friends who have very insecure ways of managing their passwords. I love them to death, but they just leave themselves so vulnerable to hackers coming in and getting into their devices. So I want to provide some suggestions for you that'll help keep yourself more secure without making yourself crazy. So tip number one, complexity. If you have a simple password, it's very easy for people to hack into your account. But if you take that password and you make it complex, for example, you make it longer, you add capital letters to it, you add numbers into the sequence or symbols into the sequence, you increase the complexity and difficulty that it would be for a person to guess or hack into your account. You also want to avoid information about you, such as your street address or your spouse's name or your dog. These are things that are easily obtainable through other sources of information, and people could uh, guess what you're using. The other thing you want to avoid is common terms or sequences, such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are ones that people have long ago figured out how to hack, and those are the first ones that are guessed by hackers. The best suggestion I have along the complexity line is to create something called a passphrase for yourself. When you're using it on a system, you come up with something that's abstract and you combine it into two different things that don't go together. For example, you might take the word stereo and combine it with the word frog. And so adding a few numbers and symbols into that and a capital letter or two, you've got a very strong and secure password. Buzz Library, for example, with a number 6 and a capital Y at the end. Those are ways to add complexity into that password. So that's tip number one. Tip number two, make your passwords unique from system to system. Don't reuse the same password on your supermarket account as you would on your bank account. These are ways that if your password were to be obtained through some nefarious hacking scheme, they would be able to use it and find it and try it on other systems of yours. So you would create vulnerability in places where you didn't even have the infraction. So be very careful about reusing passwords. Use them only once, make them unique to each one. Especially your banking account. That's the place where I would be most concerned about the complexity and security of your accounts, or Social Security, or any place where you access and have a password for it, for those that are really necessary to be secure. So, and then finally, keep the last tip, tip number three, keep your passwords hidden. Don't leave them lying around or in a desk drawer right near your computer. These are the first places that someone be able to access. And I've seen dear friends of mine put whole lists of numbers and passwords in right in very obvious places, sometimes even taped right to the keyboard of their computer. Don't recommend that. The best and most secure place to keep your passwords is using a password manager. So that's a big word, something that maybe you've never heard of before. I'll spend some more time talking about password managers another time, but keep them hidden. Put them in some place like a file cabinet someplace and mixed in with other papers so that they can't be easily found. I hope that helps, and we'll talk again next time. Thanks. Bye now.